Toni, thanks for being interviewed today.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Yeah. Um, so I always start out asking people how long they've been retired. So
Okay.
how long have you
I'm
been retired?
6 years.
Okay. Now, do I remember this correctly that you were kind of a reluctant retiree?
I was. My boss was retired. I wasn't going to retire yet, but he decided he was going to retire pretty young. He's a dentist, and he was kind of getting burned out. So he said, I want to have some time to play a lot of golf before I die, and I'm going to retire at 62. He retired. So when he retired, I helped get the other dentist started, and his, get him kind of adapted to the practice, and then I retired too.
Okay.
Because I worked for him for 27 years, and I just didn't feel like I wanted to work for anybody else.
And you still keep in touch with each other too, don't you?
Yes, they live in Palm Springs, but yeah, we see them a couple times a year.
Tell me about your first year after you retired, your first year or two.
It was kind of wonderful. We went off to France, to Paris, and south of France, and had a great 3 weeks with Karen and David, and then came back and just kind of got in the mode. My husband wasn't retired yet, so I had a lot of time to do whatever I wanted. It was pretty nice. I thought, this retirement's pretty good. I can do whatever I want, anytime I want. So it was a good first year. I missed the patients and the staff, that I worked with, but I still see all of them, and I went into patients all the time. So it's kind of like, it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you like best about retirement?
I like being able the flexibility to do things at the spur of the moment, or, make plans for times that it's not so busy. Like, we usually do things with our friends during the week rather than on the weekends when everything is so crowded.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. I like the flexibility of being able to see my family when I want to, and that kind of thing.
Sure. Do you think you ever might work outside the home again?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm 75 now. I really don't. I volunteered. I've done some volunteer work. I volunteered to do some work for a dentist who, once a year, he gives free dentistry away. And so I go up and have patients fill out charts and kind of get them through the line and help out at the clinic as much as I can. I do that once a year.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. Now, when did you start golfing?
I started playing golf when I was mid-50s.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a hole-in-one the first year I played golf.
I think that's a great story. Yeah.
I took group lessons, and I took 2 sets of group lessons, and I never golfed in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took, Bob got me 6 weeks of private lessons, and I took private lessons for 6 weeks. And then I just went and did it, and really love it. When I'm on the golf course, I don't think of anything else but playing golf.
And let me ask you some stuff about your childhood.
Okay.
When you were a young girl,
Mm-hmm.
what did you think you might want to do when you grew up?
I wanted to be a nurse.
Okay.
I always wanted to be a nurse until I went to the hospital and volunteered as a pink girl.
Yes.
When I was in high school, there was a Future Nurses of America club, and we went and volunteered at the hospital. And I just couldn't take sick people. It just made me too sad.
Yeah.
So I did the next best thing and went into dentistry.
So when you were young, what did you like to do? Did you ride horses? I can't remember.
I love to ride horses. I love to ride my bike. I love to roller skate.
Mm-hmm.
I love to play eeny, miny, over. I liked anything fun. I like to climb trees.
Mm-hmm. Were you a tomboy?
I was a little bit of a tomboy. I was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not now.
Now, one thing that I noticed about you, and this is a compliment, you never wanted to develop an old person's persona.
That's true.
So you're very stylish. You keep up on current music. So tell me, what do you see like for the next 5-10 years? What do you hope to do? What are some goals you might have?
Well, I'd like to do a little bit more traveling,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. I like to do what I'm doing. I have a nice life,
Yeah.
so I like to be able to go out to dinner with friends, to go out to lunch with friends, go to coffee, play golf, play bridge. I just want to play.
Well, I don't have any more questions. Is there anything that you'd like to say as far as life in general or retirement?
I think that it's a nice life, and I hope that everybody